Uh-oh. Ah, ah, ah. Uh-oh.
Does everybody know what time it is?
Home Impodcast time.
That's right. Binford Tools is proud to present a Home Improvement Podcast. My name is Adam. You'll know my co-host, Jordan. Hi, Jordan.
Adam, a pleasure today, as always, to be talking to you about home improvement. Adam, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's a pleasure, but I'm also feeling a little bit of pressure today, Jordan.
Pressure?
Yeah.
Why?
Pressure, I barely know her. No. Pressure because there was a message that came on Twitter where someone was kind of bashing the opening of our shows.
What? From who? Is it friggin' Gruntwork?
It's not. Yeah. They don't have the gall. They don't have the stones. I'll have to get back to you at the end of the show for a specific name, but someone said, like, show actually starts at 16 minutes in.
On a good day.
Yeah, it's like you got lucky. And then I responded, and then this person said that, yeah, they just don't care about the basketball. They come for the home improvement. So
You know what's funny? There's two schools of thought.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, either you get right into it or you have some friendly banter and some camaraderie between the hosts. But we've obviously gone toward the latter. So, you know
this opening of the show is like conversational lubricant for me. I need it to sort of move my joints.
And boy, do you move it. Move it. Yeah, I mean, it's 180 episodes in, so if he or she is expecting us to change, probably not going to happen. So,
In the words of Bob Seger, still the same, you know?
still the same. If we did that, our episodes would be sub 30 minutes, probably.
Yeah, which maybe that would appeal to people, but if I'm recording a podcast under 30 minutes, it's not even worth me booting up my computer.
Well, we do have
That's how
lots
I
of
feel.
technical issues.
Yeah.
We'd be able to churn out a couple a week for sure, so that would
That's
be good.
true.
But yeah, it's funny. There's probably been 4, 5, maybe 6 home improvement podcasts out there, and I feel like everyone goes the way of banter.
I've only listened to friggin' Gruntwork, and I only got about 3 minutes in.
Oh, you don't remember a long time ago when we first started? There was like husband and wife. I think they were like More Power or something.
Vaguely, I remember those guys that stole our domain. They were a lot of banter.
I don't even remember what they were called.
It was just like grunt. It was like Auga, like grunt something.
Yeah, that's tough. You gotta
We
have a
left
better
them
brand.
in the Home Improvement Podcast graveyard.
Well, as far as I know, now you told me there's an upstart who likes us, a longer-running friggin' Gruntwork that seems indifferent to us, but for some reason Adam hates them. And yeah, I'm just glad. I remember when somebody did buy our domain name, and you were so mad.
I was mad. Yeah, I'm still mad about it.
It's a pretty rude thing to do.
It's pretty it's just a really lame thing to do. It was just how lame it was. I think that was like, okay, you guys are gonna spend money on this, but I guess sure. But you know what? We kicked their keisters out of the podcasting game, so don't even worry about it.
When we write the Home and Podcast Tell-All book, that's going to be Chapter 2, probably.
Chapter 2, The Death of Auga. The podcast whose name you can't really say. Problematic.
What were you going to transition into? I'm sorry.
Sometimes when I transition, you just you turn that turn signal off and you just keep going down the highway, and I like it. I was just gonna say, you got some stuff you want to talk to me about? It was a really good transition.
Boy, do I. Well, I did. I messaged you this morning. I said, hey, can we bump it back an hour or two recording time? Because I'm not going to be home. And you sent back, I would call it a chilly response.
You were mad. I get over it.
It's funny. Sometimes you tell me you have a lot of time in your hands. Other times you act very inconvenienced by anything that I would change.
Okay, it's not so much that I don't have the time on my hands. I just like sticking to a schedule. And when I woke up today, I had a plan to do something in the afternoon, and now it's shifted. And that's okay. And I'm doing it, but it doesn't mean I have to like it.
You're not a very adaptable man, is from what I'm hearing here.
I mean, okay, here's the thing.
Go on.
I am adaptable because I adapted. Do I like to adapt? No, I don't. That's it.
So I guess what you mean is you're not graceful.
Why don't you go screw, okay? Tell me about your friggin' whatever BS you did this morning that caused me to have to wait an hour to do this.
Well, you should know that it was my daughter's second birthday yesterday. And so this morning, we plan to go to one of the few things that you can do in Central Florida right now that is safe.
Disney.
No. Nope. They're not open. But there is about 15 minutes south from us, it's called Wild Florida. And they're not a sponsor, but they do have a wonderful drive-through safari. So we got in there and we were driving around this little path, 5 miles an hour or less. I mean, there was everything from emus to lemurs to crocodiles to llamas, all sorts of game in there. And then also at the very end, we had to pay $5, but it was worth it because we went up and we got to hand feed some giraffes. So that's what we did.
Nice. Okay. All right.
I'm sorry that my daughter inconvenienced you.
Your daughter's a real Tiger King. Give me some highlights. What were some cool animals you saw?
Cool animals. Well, it's funny because it's one of those things where, like, there's a bunch of cars going down this one little path, and then llamas or emus or whatever animal is there, they just walk right in front of your car, and they give 0 Fs because they're used to this, like they've been around this all the time. So one of the highlights was there was this emu that was going from car to car and like sticking its head into the car if the window was open, or like just getting right up next to the glass if not. So he came up, gave a side eye to my wife and my daughter, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
There was also this area where they were feeding crocodiles, and the guys were coming out from that, and there was this llama right outside the fence, and he was just like right up in the grill of the workers. I thought that was
true or false. The llama went up to the crocodile and said, "That's not a knife. This is a knife."
That llama wanted in the cage, which I don't know.
Okay.
Seems bad, but that llama had attitude for sure. And then obviously
nothing worse than a llama with attitude.
I mean, obviously for Olivia, the big takeaway was like I got to hand feed a giant giraffe. That was really, really cool. So
nice. Okay. Well, I'm glad you had fun.
I'm gonna take you when you guys come next. It's like just down the road from us. It's in the strangest area.
You could get Kirsten to that. I think we don't really go for the zoo kind of stuff, Jordan. It's a treatment of animals thing. I just don't trust it.
Well, the thing I like about this in a lot of places around Central Florida is that it's like conservation minded. It's not like, exploitation of animal minded.
I wish that you would watch Tiger King because it's really funny. Because some of the things you're saying really bleed into that. Like, there's basically in Tiger King, there's this Joe Exotic guy, and then there's this woman, Carol Baskins, and she's like the conservation-minded person, and like that's like, but it's like sort of revealed to be just sort of a front, and actually her treatment of the animals is just as bad as his. Not saying this place is, but it is just kind of a funny parallel.
They do things like, how there's alligators like everywhere around here.
Yeah, it's weird. It's the craziest thing about Florida.
Yeah, there's one right outside my door right now. So they, a lot of those are caught by animal control. Instead of killing them, they take them to this place. So at least they get to hang around with other alligators. Stuff like that.
I don't think all those places are bad.
Right.
But yeah, okay.
It's hard to know. It's hard to know. Everyone's going to put on the good front, right?
I'll think about it, Jordan. I'll think about it. Next time I'm allowed to leave my house, 2025, I'll come on down and you can drive me around in an animal sanctuary. I haven't been to a zoo in a long time either. I don't know. I gotta think about how I feel about all that stuff. But I also want to think about how I feel about this episode of Home Improvement. So let's do that.
It is kind of like a zoo, honestly. Episode 181, Al's Fair Lady. Written by Tracy Gamble, who I think last episode we had somebody who did their first episode. This is Tracy's first episode as well. Tracy will do 3 episodes, 19 writing credits, including... Early on was some Newhart, 227, The Golden Girls, and Tracy Gamble created 8 Simple Rules. So
Created it.
yeah, created it.
You like that?
I did like it when it was on. Yeah. I was looking at some of the information about the show when I was doing the research, and I saw that David Spade was on it. I did not remember that iteration.
So here's what happened. John Ritter died.
I remember James Garner. I remember that.
John Ritter died, the dad, in 2003, and then they kind of replaced him with David Spade, who is like Katie Seagal's brother, so like an uncle. You know.
Okay.
It was okay.
In between, there was James Garner, right?
James Garner was always on the show.
Okay. Yeah.
He was
I
the
liked
grandpa.
him. I like the old Maverick.
Oh yeah, I bet you do. He's gone, right? He passed away kind of recently, right?
Semi-recently. Yeah. All right. Did you like that show?
It's fine. I think I probably thought it was okay. I've always been a big Three's Company fan, so I like John Ritter. So yeah, I was into that for a while. Yeah.
Okay. So Alice Fair Lady aired October 20th, 1998, which means we've got a Halloween episode coming up soon. So I think we're going to make a few calls and see if we can get Dracula on for the last time.
Yeah, I mean, one final time. I'm pretty sure... I don't know. What tier is that on his Patreon? Is that...
It's the one where you have to give your soul, I think.
I guess it's the Transylvania tier, so it's like $10 a month or something. Yeah, we can get him for sure. He'll be around.
All right. How many alternative titles do you have this week?
Just 5.
Just 40,000.
I feel good about these.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it.
So, how many do you have?
I think 4 here.
I love it when we're like, I think 3, maybe?
Well, I have one that is... It's an either or. I don't think I could do both, so I have to pick one here.
Okay, yeah.
They're too similar.
Go ahead and start. Get going.
Your friendly neighborhood tool man.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll see you at the finish line. Oh, eat my dust.
All right, I'm going to let you pick which one of these you like best, and then I'll just pretend I have 5. Okay. I've got Bearded Brad or Facial Hair Failure. Which one do you like?
Facial Hair Failure.
Okay, I'm going with that one then.
Yeah, okay. This one's all right. Fixing in a van down by the river. I mean, there's no river, but, you know. I don't know.
But you got to go for it at that point.
Yeah.
My next one is The Princess and the Pauper.
Yeah, that's a Jordan title. How about East Grotto, West Grotto? Show me your best grotto.
What?
She has a grotto in her house.
I know, but what?
They say East Grotto.
Show me your best grotto?
It's like East Side, West Side, show me your best side. I don't know. It's from like a song.
Oh, well, I guess I didn't know the song. That would have helped. I get the grotto reference. It's pretty egregious, but... all right, my last one is MIA Mark.
Yeah, how many episodes has it been?
2 or 3 in a row.
Wonder what was happening.
He went out with JTT. He snuck onto the flight to Costa Rica.
Weird. Okay. Well, after the last one bombed, I thought that was going to be a killer. I'll go ahead and give you The Gift That Keeps on Revving. Yeah.
I don't have any more if you have any more.
Last one, had to do it. Let's talk about Smitty's peephole. Smitty's the first one in line for the fixin'.
And boy, he's happy, isn't he?
He's got Smitty's peephole. Gotta fix it.
I was hoping you would do another rendition of, what was it? Judy, Trudy, give me that booty. My favorite alternative title of all time, maybe.
Judy, give me that. It does, yeah. It sounds, yeah. It sounds like a Bernie Mac line or something, or maybe Martin Lawrence. Okay, I'm good to start. Yeah, let's go.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, me. Okay, I wasn't.
Yeah, we're gonna throw a curveball. I mean, I can do it, but
Tool Time on location. They're doing a show from a van. It's a workshop on wheels, kind of starting in a very suburban location. In it, they're going to just sort of do basic repairs. They can fix anything from Hoover dam to a Hoover vacuum. Al, Tim, Heidi, they have a laptop computer with CD-ROMs, which Al really hangs on the CD-ROMs, and I think, man, nothing ages worse than technology stuff like that. It's really funny.
You have to know. You have to know that's going to happen. It really only works on like a science fiction thing where things don't exist.
Yeah, or where it's like made up in the first place, right? Yeah,
that's what I mean.
You're saying.
Yeah.
Where, so it's like, well, I guess that's still not around. So, but yeah, when you're hanging on CD-ROM, it's like DVD.
My question is, when are cars going to fly? Because that was supposed to happen years ago.
Well, some places on Reddit, people say they're already flying. I have no understanding of Reddit, but I'm just I'd try to make that joke. Yeah, okay, so there's a lot. It's basically the man's van, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's kind of what we're doing. There's a paint
the man's
department,
mobile workshop, I don't know.
saw that doubles as a deli slicer for a Daggett. Dagwood. Dagwood. Daggett is something else.
What is actually nothing.
What's a Dagwood?
I don't even remember that happening, so...
Dagwood is a type of sandwich. I think it has bake Dagwood sandwich. All right, we're looking at a...
I like bacon.
It is a tall, multi-layered sandwich with a variety of meats, cheeses, and condiments. So it's basically like any sandwich.
Learned something today.
Man, these sandwiches look good. I gotta eat. Okay, back to the episode. It's a man's van, milkshake, grill. We end with a milkshake gag. It's a paint mixer, but Tim thinks it's a milkshake, and he ends up drinking that paint. So there you go.
I hope it doesn't contain lead.
Be a different episode if it did.
Maybe not, though.
Starts slowly dying at Trudy's house, like his face just falls off.
Well, he's so excited about the car that it wouldn't affect him at all. So,
by all means,
right.
Continue.
Yeah, so the crew is cruising around in this man's van of sorts. They can't find something that's broken until Heidi flips on the Home Improvement theme song, and people come running like an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Not only that, people come running to an ice cream truck type montage. It's pretty wild. Everyone...
Yeah.
So there's apparently, everyone's outside doing stuff on their lawns or in their garage or whatever. Mm-hmm. They hear this, and they just start hopping hedges like Ferris Bueller. Yep. They are just joyous to hear the Home Improvement theme song, so... Yeah,
it had sort of the odd feeling of the Brad Get a Job montage from many years ago. It did feel like I was watching a different show. I kind of liked it. I thought it was sort of funny.
Yeah, it was very different from what they've done in the past.
Right. Yeah.
So that's really all I have there until we see the lineup of customers.
Yeah, you gotta start with Smitty's peephole, though.
Yeah, so first guy in line, I did not catch his name, so thank goodness you did.
Well, I had to go back and get it because I knew I wanted to use it as an alternative title.
So there's a line of people who want various different things done, and they installed a peephole for Smitty. I think he says to keep out his ex-wife or something.
Yeah, somebody says that. I don't know if it's Smitty or not. I think it's a reverse peephole like Kramer and Newman do in Seinfeld.
Newman. So there's one more upgrade that Tim wants to show off, and it's a weed whacker upgrade.
Well, specifically, it's Larry's weed whacker.
Thank goodness. That was going to be a 6 alternative title, but you couldn't figure it out. So yeah, he's got the weed whacker. He wants to show off what he's done. So instead of a line... he's replaced it with a saw blade, so it's really going to cut everything without any problems. Also incredibly dangerous. And he starts to cut down some very tall grass and thinks he did a great job, but as he walks away, we see that he cut down a tree on accident, and it falls on the fence.
You see this tree thing coming a mile away?
Yeah, it was pretty telegraphed here.
I tried to watch in the background to see if I could see any of the sort of seams on the tree, but I really couldn't, so...
It seemed like he didn't even go that close to the tree, but...
That is the problem, yeah. But yet the whole time that's where we're headed.
Right.
Well, okay. We're home. Just Brad in this episode. Mark is...
MIA.
He's up in his room with those videotapes of his brothers making out. Just having a good time.
We could not talk about those ever again.
Jill's cooking, and Brad enters. What do you think of my face, he says. Jill is not sure how to answer, but come to find out, Brad is going for a goatee. Not shaving. The entire team is not shaving throughout their winning streak, and they're on a big one, but nothing for Brad.
We don't know exactly how long, I don't think.
Well,
Adam...
more than one.
More than one, it seems like. Is this where we talk about facial hair and your favorite facial hair look, maybe? Or how easy it is for you to grow facial hair, maybe?
Okay, sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so right now I have the longest beard/facial hair I've ever had in my life, which is to say it's not... I probably haven't shaved in probably since the quarantine started.
3 months.
Probably about 3 months. I don't grow very good facial hair, but it's kind of coming in. I've done some trimming and stuff, but it's never been something that came real easy for me. But I got a big bushy thing kind of going right now. So
I can't remember your dad ever having facial hair either.
He can do it. He just doesn't. He shaves, I think, maybe every day or every other day. So it's no problem for him. But
that is funny. My dad also shaves every day, and I can't imagine that.
I know. My brother can grow facial hair very easy too, so it's just one of those things that sort of skipped me. But yeah, I'm trying it. Sure, might as well look homeless while I'm home all the time. What about you?
While you're in your home. I remember first starting to grow facial hair, specifically just the mustache for some reason. That was the only part that would grow in like 8th grade, so those are always funny pictures to look at. But
right.
It's relatively easy for me. The sad thing now is that as it grows in, there's a lot of gray hair, so maybe I need to break out the Just for Men touch of gray or whatever it is. Get that taken care of. But yeah, I shave every week, but I'm certainly not someone like my dad who wants clean shaven every day. So
that's an old school thing, I think. It's got to be just sort of baked into being a professional back then. But yeah, all right, cool. Go ahead, keep going. Finish the scene.
Tim comes in. Brad, I don't know if you noticed this. He exits to the basement.
That's weird.
Has he switched rooms?
He switched. Yeah, that would be weird. Would you rather have the basement room than Brad's room? I don't think so.
I guess there's more space down there, but if it's anything like my basement back in the day, it was just really cold compared to the rest of the house.
I don't know. We're going to have to think about this. Sounds like a poll.
Sounds like a poll.
Sounds like a way too specific poll.
I did notice it, and it was very strange. Tim and Jill are going to have a dinner date with Al and his new girlfriend, Trudy. Is that right?
Trudy.
Yep, Trudy. Tim's not excited about this at all. No. I don't know exactly why. He remembers. He just remembers who she is, and he insults her several ways.
Yeah, they reference the weird mouse thing. Never mind the fact that she seems like a completely different person in this episode than she did in that one.
Don't spoil it.
Okay, next scene.
On location at Trudy's.
Yeah.
It's a gigantic house, and Tim's making a bunch of jokes saying, well, I guess they must live in the pool house or something like that. Al opens the door, however, the front door, and welcomes them into the beautiful home. It is very gorgeous, very opulent, all that kind of stuff.
It looks like your house, sort of.
You've never seen my house, so I don't even think I've given you the address, and that's for good reason.
I have your address.
All right. Well, it does not look like my house.
I have your address. I'm waiting for the bank to foreclose, and then I can swoop it out from under you and taunt you with it.
You're something else.
I know.
All right, so Trudy comes in, and they're gonna play up this whole kind of rich versus poor versus
East grotto, West grotto. Show me your best grotto.
There's gonna be grotto jokes. There's gonna be pheasant for dinner. Jill has brought a 3-bean salad, reminiscent of when Michael Scott brings like a potato salad to the CFO's house, basically for that big dinner that they're hosting.
That's funny.
That's what it reminded me of. We found out how Trudy has the money. Rockefeller apparently ran over her grandfather.
That do anything for you?
I thought it was pretty clever of a way to describe it. Yeah, it was. I wasn't expecting that. We get the coveted grotto comments. I don't know how else to describe it that you love so much. Al and Trudy go to get some special wine, and Tim and Chad.
Who is Chad?
Chad's the butler. Tim and Jill chat
Oh
about
man, they
this
should have had a
surprise.
butler. That would have been funny.
Yeah, missed opportunity.
Okay, here's the joke. The butler is the same guy that works at the Italian restaurant. He's moonlighting as a butler. Because he's my butler. That's why.
Oh, we're crossing all sorts of sitcom royalty here.
And then Al's wearing like a neck brace from the car accident. Okay, never mind. I'll pick it up, Jordan.
Please do. I think we're at the end of that scene.
After dinner, Tim got lost going to the bathroom. Did you notice how they must have cut a line here? I don't know if you noticed this. So, like, Tim says, okay, where's the bathroom in relation? Is it to the right or left of the bowling alley? And then they cut to Trudy, and, like, I don't know, it's just sort of imperceptible. Like, you could tell there was a joke, but then she just sort of says right instead. Did you notice that?
I did not notice that.
Okay, all right, well, whatever. It's not that important. They've only been dating a month. In the background, we hear Tim bowl a strike. Kind of funny. You make me want to be a better Al, blah, blah, blah. It's, they're hot and heavy. It's been a month, and they're going to exchange gifts, which I think is a no-no in front of another couple, because it's just sort of awkward. That's kind of an intimate thing you should do on your own, don't you think?
I don't know how it can go well.
Right, I guess, what is the upside? Al gets Trudy, I didn't write it down. It's
A
like
scorpion pendant.
Okay, a scorpion pendant because it's her astrological sign?
I
Or
think so.
just she likes scorpions?
She loves scorpions.
Okay. And she gets Al a key to a 1966 Ferrari that he thinks is for his exotic car key collection, which...
Would have been a good gift.
First we've heard of that, but it's to an actual Ferrari. And...
that she already owns in her garage.
Yeah, which is weird. That's like not... Okay. Put myself in Al's shoes, like, well... I'm happy to have someone give me a Ferrari. Do I wish it was a Ferrari they already had? I don't know, that's kind of weird, but whatever. He's speechless, and that's the end of that scene.
I'm speechless.
What did you get your wife for your 1 month anniversary?
Nothing. I'm a terrible husband, I guess.
Oh man.
It does like smack of like 8th grade romance a little bit, you know?
I'll take your word for it, Chief. I know you were hot dogging around all the roller rinks.
All right, Back at home, Jill and Tim. Jill is very strung out all over all of this, and
Okay,
Tim
I have
is...
another thing I want to say. I'm sorry to interrupt,
Okay.
but did you notice how like earlier in this episode and kind of throughout, Jill is laughing at a lot more of Tim's jokes?
Yeah, it seems like either they're...
Like she's in a really good mood or something, but like she's like laughing and really like instead of like kind of like poo-pooing his like whatever sort of burning him back, like she just sort of laughs at a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just sort of stood out.
You wonder if it's improv or written into the script.
Yeah, and if it's written into the script, why? Like what? I don't know.
She's just trying to be happier
In
now
a good
that Randy's
mood, I
gone.
guess, like a regular person. I don't know. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Tim, as they talk about this situation, Tim now is like on Trudy's side. She loves Trudy because he's very excited about this car and any possible experience that he might be able to have now that Al has it. Jill, does the psychoanalysis thing that she likes to do, but she thinks that Trudy feels like she needs to buy Al to keep him in the relationship. And Jill accuses Tim of just wanting the benefits that we mentioned earlier. So, on very different pages here.
Jill, don't be afraid to just sit one out. Maybe you don't have to have an opinion on everything.
I don't know. Then there wouldn't be any episode.
I know, but man, she comes home and she's like kind of like livid, and it's sort of like, okay, yeah, everybody can see that this is sort of a problem or where it's going to end up, but it's not your problem. That's just my thoughts.
But she's a meddler. We know that Jill Taylor is a meddler.
She is the meddler.
Class A.
Class A meddler. You said it. Tool time. Tim and Heidi are backstage. Tim is very anxious for Al's arrival.
First time that's ever happened.
Oh, sorry. We hear the Ferrari pulls up to the studio lot, which is always funny when they do these studio shots because it's just like obviously like Warner Brothers or wherever they were filming at. You know, it's kind of funny. It's just much bigger, much larger than the Tool Time backlot would be. Al pulls up. He has a problem with the gift, you know, predictably so. He just doesn't feel quite comfortable with it, but Tim is able to sort of get him psyched up and feeling better about it. You know, it's in Tim's best interest to do so because he wants to drive the car. And then he does drive the car.
Yeah, he gets the keys. I'm wondering, would Al would not have a problem with this if she was just like, hey, just drive my car around for the next few months.
Yeah,
I know
it's
you
kinda
like it so
what's
much.
the difference? Yeah.
But it's the fact that, like, she's given it to him.
Yeah.
Be careful how you say that, apparently.
Yeah, sure. Trying to think. Yeah. If I were in Al's shoes, IRL, I guess
It'd be tough.
it's hard. It's like, yeah, sweet. I'm dating a rich person that's giving me a Ferrari. Like,
The hardest
What's-
part would be when she signs over the title to his name. You know, I think that would be the line where he would really struggle with it.
yeah. All right. Well, you know what? We're not gonna solve this one. So, home. Sorry, I looked out the window and got distracted, and then I was like, "All right, well, I'm still talking, still on air."
This is a podcast.
Oh wait, this is my 181st episode of a podcast I started. Let me get back to it.
I'll
Go. Now this is a wrong note. Okay, Brad is frustrated by his lack of facial hair. We're home. They won the game. He scored 3 goals. I think they won like 8-0, but still no facial hair. Ugh, stinks. It's
terrible.
Tim comes. Yeah, it's stupid subplot. Tim comes home very, very happy. Jill can tell immediately that he has driven the car. And then, like, I don't know, Jill asks about relationships. That's kind of my note. I'm not sure what I meant by that. Could you fill in the
I think,
blank?
yeah, Jill just says, like, how does Al feel about the gift? And Tim says he feels mostly great. So,
Okay. He's
wonderful.
lying.
He's lying, but I think she can tell. So, later, Al comes into Wilson's garage, which means we've got a subversion, but also a clip to play.
Nothing better than a subverted clip. Let's roll it.
How's it going?
Well, hi-ho, Al. You look like you're getting ready for the Grand Prix.
Well, I thought I would embrace the Ferrari lifestyle. What do you think?
Well, to quote my old friend, the famous race car driver Sterling Moss, you look fine.
Well, I stopped by to see if you'd like to take a lap around the neighborhood with me.
Well, I'd love to, but I gotta finish checking this wiring.
Well, no rush. We still have to wait for Tim to come back from his test drive. Assuming he comes back. Gee, I'd hate for him to run off with Trudy's generous gift.
You obviously are enjoying it very much.
Oh, I am. I mean, at first I was a little uncomfortable, but then Tim gave me some very deep insights. Yeah, he said not to worry about how much the car cost. He said even though I thought it was an inappropriate gift, that I should just relax and enjoy it. And you should have seen the look on Trudy's face when she gave it to me. Oh, she was so happy.
So, Trudy was happy and Tim was happy, but you don't sound so sure.
Well, this kind of puts a little pressure on the relationship. I mean, suddenly the emotional stakes are much higher. And what if it doesn't work out? How could I walk away without feeling guilty?
Well, you could always drive away. You've got a really fast car. Oh, Albert, I'm sorry. Have you talked to Trudy about this?
Oh, I can't. I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Well, what about you? You know, the patriot Thomas Paine said it is necessary to the happiness of a man that he be faithful to himself.
I suppose you're right.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I have just been to heaven, where, by the way, they still give speeding tickets.
Al, at this point, has bought into the Ferrari lifestyle. He's got, like, sunglasses, the Ferrari jacket. He's got the whole vibe going on.
Yeah.
We hear Tim in the background a couple times test driving the car. I surprised Al would let this happen, but Al talks about he's enjoying it after some initial struggles, and Wilson knows to dig deeper here, right? So he's asking more questions about how do you feel? Have you talked to Trudy? You should be true to yourself, and
Trudy to yourself.
you should be Trudy to yourself. Al's going to take that advice, and Tim's going to come in with a speeding ticket.
Yeah, Thomas Paine said, "Be faithful to yourself." Pretty cool Ferrari jacket, gotta say.
He looks good.
He looks good. The Ferrari lifestyle looks good on him. Let's just
Is
agree.
this the same car that Richard Karn put in that Celebration car show?
You'd have to ask him. He'd get back to you. I was confused in the beginning of the scene. I was like, why is he in Wilson's garage? But they do make sense of it. But yeah, at first it's like,
yeah, it was a very jarring
like
entrance.
Weird. It's like, well, I can tell this is not Tim. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Back to Trudy's house, her mansion.
McMansion.
I was gonna say that, but it didn't have the look of a McMansion. It looked like kind of a classic kind of place.
It is classy. It has a grotto and a bowling alley.
You got a lot of McMansions down there in Florida, right?
Do we?
Yeah, that's like kind of the thing. You ever seen The Big Short?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, they got to Florida. A lot of McMansions.
The thing down here is that there's a lot of like new builds, way more new builds than I feel like up north or maybe the East Coast or whatever. So they all have like bigger houses with no yards. Everything.
Bigger houses, no yards.
So maybe that's
in Orlando.
Yeah, just the Central Florida area. There's just so much like crazy amount of growth. Even from when I was down here back in like 2011, there were places that I would drive by Disney that were just orange groves that are now all subdivisions.
What's your least favorite place in Florida? What's a city you would not want to live in Florida?
I don't know that I would like living in the Panhandle area. I just don't like. It's mostly beach, and there's not much else to do for me. So I guess I wouldn't like that as much.
That's kind of like living in Alabama, right? Isn't that sort of the same feeling?
Maybe. I mean, I haven't really been there myself. Knowing of like the different things that are around the state, I don't know that I would like doing that as much. I mean, I guess unless you're close to Tallahassee, like then you got some like college town feel, but at least in different places, like obviously Miami has a million things going on, and then if you're on like the west side of Tampa, you've got tons of stuff going on in the beaches, and then
you spent much time on the Floribama Shore?
The what shore?
Floribama Shore. It's like an MTV show with
no, not much, not very much.
All right. Well, Trudy says, Al. She got Al driving gloves, so adding to the outfits, he says, "Hey, I don't want a car." And Trudy, she immediately thinks that they're breaking it off. We didn't mention earlier how like, I mean, I did mention it, but then I didn't get into it enough. How like her personality is completely different than she was like. Sort of
she's not the same person. It's very strange.
Yeah, I wonder why they decided. I guess for this plot, but it's a weird sort of change. She seemed on Tool Time like a, I don't know, kook, I guess is what Tim uses earlier, and I think that's a fair description based on what she did. But now in this, she seems like a moneyed sort of, I don't know, debutante, whatever. So Trudy thinks they're breaking it off, but no. He likes her, and he just wants to keep material goods out of it. So then they kiss.
He's liked her ever since The Wire and the Rat. So
I'm calling BS on that.
She liked him right away, that's for sure.
Yes.
But, I mean, that's why she came on the show. Yeah, so I guess things are all made up. Does Al get to keep the Ferrari?
He can drive it.
I guess so. Later, Tim is writing a letter to Trudy. I thought this was kind of funny. He's basically writing like, if the car needs a big brother of sorts, I'd be happy to look after it and stuff like that. Jill comes in, and Tim shares the news. So much gossip in this episode, now that I think about it.
Right.
Jill comes home with a fresh pheasant. She got Trudy's recipe. Brad comes in. They finally lost, and so he doesn't have to worry about his facial hair anymore. But now they're all going to wax their legs. And he's excited because he can do that. So... I don't know. What do you make of that?
Not much. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they wanted to bookend this Brad stuff, which really didn't amount to much in general. Tim's doing like the alliterative sort of talking, which I suppose is a joke. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's real credit. That's real
I feel like
credits
that's
fade
how
to
this
black.
episode ends, right? We're just like, I don't know.
Out with a whimper. Yeah, Al's Fair Lady, aka Smitty's People. I guess probably my favorite.
Judy, Trudy, give me that booty.
I want to see Smitty's spin-off show.
I don't.
All right, Jordan. Let's head on down to Castle's Corner. Give me your highs and lows of this one.
Yeah, this is a unique episode for sure. Highs, I just mentioned I did enjoy like Tim writing that silly letter to Trudy, and he does have a couple of funny lines that now I can't remember. Oh, I liked it when he did like the bowling alley. He went and bowled and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty interesting. Ice cream montage, I wouldn't say it's my favorite thing, but it is unique and a little bit silly. So I guess that was pretty good. Lows, yeah, the Trudy character and her transformation without any explanation is very jarring. So that's just hard to kind of stomach, I guess. But, you know, this is the new Trudy, so I guess we better get used to it. And Jill, the meddling Jill, we've seen her maybe 10, 15 episodes, and she doesn't seem to learn her lesson by any means. So that's not grand, but it's tough. There's not a real good B plot here. I feel like we haven't had a good B plot in a while. Brad's facial hair is certainly not one that I'm going to be looking forward to reliving anytime soon. So
Find yourself missing Mark or no?
at least he's a wild card. One day he's goth, the next day he's preppy. One day he's recording sultry videos of his brothers.
He's recording revenge porn.
So I don't know. At least I don't know what to expect with Mark.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird that he's gone and there's no mention of him in the last couple episodes. I did not expect that. So
It is weird. Yeah, this one is I'm gonna just say it's like very fine. Right down the middle.
like a nice aged wine.
Yeah, like a nice dip in the grotto, you know, the East Grotto or the West Grotto.
What is your favorite grotto, East or West?
Well, if you're asking me to show you my best grotto, I will show you the East one, of course. So stupid. I had a couple of laughs. The Rockefeller joke is solid. The slow motion montage did kind of make me laugh. It's sort of bizarre. I liked the van thing well enough, sure. Brad's B plot is not very interesting, as we said. Jill meddling is just sort of like, I don't know. I know we have to do this for the sake of the show, but like, would she really care this much? Like, would anybody care this much? I don't know. It's a show. What are you gonna do? And then like Al and Trudy, unfortunately, I just don't know that I'm ever gonna care a ton about that. I know we're gonna get a lot more, but I'm just at this point I'm not sure that that's something I want to spend a lot of time with. But I'm open to change. And then yeah, it's just okay. I don't know. I have trouble summoning the interest in. I don't know. It's fine. That's really all I got.
Adam, you are open to change, which is not something that you exhibited at the start of this episode. So I'm glad you've reached that point.
Just not a change in my schedule, okay?
Would you like Trudy? Would you be more interested in Trudy and Al if Trudy was the old Trudy?
Yes.
I mean, there would be something wild going on, I suppose. So.
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, Trudy was like the Trudy that we saw on the first episode that she appeared.
Oh, okay. See, I have a hard time because Trudy's
What
name...
were you saying yes to? That's what I want to know.
Okay, let me explain. I have a hard time because Trudy's name, Okay, who's Al's old girlfriend? I've already forgotten.
Eileen.
Her real name is, like, Tootie, right?
You're talking
Am I
about
wrong?
Tootie Roche.
Yeah, right?
That's Richard Karn's, like, real wife.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's what I'm...
And I'm pretty sure she plays... Isn't that Carrie?
Yeah, okay. So I keep... Well, that's confusing in and of itself. Do you think they purposely had her name Trudy because his wife's name in real life was Tootie?
I don't know.
That is a question worth asking. Because those are... Okay,
I think you're trying to deflect from your confusion right now.
Well, yeah, I'm obviously very confused. There's nothing to deflect from. I'm in the wrong. But, okay, because Tootie is not a common name. All right. The conspiracy theories are...
And they're flying right now.
Swirling in my head.
You
Okay.
mentioned Reddit earlier. This is...
I know where I'm going with this. Home Improvement conspiracy theory Reddit. It's a long one. Okay. Would I be more interested in Al spending time with... What was the question? Sorry.
Are you going to plead the fifth?
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. I don't know.
Would you be more interested in Al and Trudy's relationship if it was the Trudy who had a wire and a rat in her hand?
Yeah, easily.
Okay. I'm glad we got down to that.
Sorry. Okay, all right. That's it. Next segment. What is it? You want to talk social
You wanna
media?
talk social- Al. Oh no. I was gonna say Adam has fallen apart, and I called you Al.
I'll see you in my dreams.
Let's talk social media.
Yeah.
If you'd like to reach out to us, go to thehomeandpodcast.com. We're on Facebook and Twitter at Home and Podcast. Go to YouTube. We've released a couple new videos. We've got the time that Home Improvement ripped off X-Files. We've got the time that Dave Chappelle showed up. Both just super engaging videos that you're going to love. And you get to see our ugly mugs, so that's always good. Adam, we don't have any new reviews. We're stuck at 51, but I think we're okay with that because we reached the 50 threshold.
Yeah, that was all I wanted.
I do want to say one thing before we move on to Twitter.
Okay.
We've been doing this podcast for 4 years.
This is where you quit.
No. I just want you to know we've been doing this podcast for 4 years. We just had our 4-year anniversary.
Oh, what did you get me?
One more episode that we're closer to the end.
Honestly, I think in my head it was 5 years, so that doesn't really sound like that bad to me. I always think it's 5 years, so whatever.
All right. Well, I was
here's the thing, though.
I was
Okay.
excited for another milestone, and you shot me down again.
I mean, I'm happy about it. Are you excited about it, or are you trying to say it like, oh, we spent 4 years doing this?
I'm just trying to say happy anniversary, Adam.
Okay, all right. Because if you're trying to say that I wasted 4 years on this, I could just run you through a schedule of my day and what I do, and I can tell you that this has not been time wasted, at least in the context of the other things I have going on.
Yeah, but it is important to keep it at the same time, because if you change it, that's a problem.
Yeah, now you get it. Okay, good. You want me to talk Twitter, wise guy?
I do. Wise guy.
Okay. Tim Allen on Twitter announced that Last Man Standing is getting a 9th season, which means it has more seasons than Home Improvement.
Bummer.
I know, that's what I said. What's his face here? Ben Pope said, although they've had fewer episodes in those seasons, so 173 for Last Man Standing versus 204 for Home Improvement. So basically, that's just, they're not doing 26 episode seasons anymore. But still, the season thing is kind of a bummer.
It is kind of a bummer. Should I cut out the point where you called Ben Pope what's his face?
Keep it, I don't know.
Just wondering.
Whatever, do what you want to do. I don't think you will. Okay, I got to give you the exact... okay, this is what Lynn White, 976, said. For those listening, actually starts at 16. You're welcome. Really enjoyed discussion around Randy leaving, and Adios is one of my favorite episodes. Look forward to favorite Randy moments in 6 weeks for his final appearance on last Christmas episode. When watching Christmas episode, I could always sense the tension. So, it's like a little bit of bad at the beginning, but there's some nice stuff in there. So, Lynn, we're always happy to hear from people that like or dislike what we're doing. So,
Yeah, if I had to put like how many stars she just gave us, would you say that's a 3 out of 5, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a
probably.
2 or a 1. I think it's a 3 or 4.
I don't think so either. Yeah, it's a 3 or 4. I mean, 16 minutes is, not an insignificant amount of time, but that's the thing about podcasts. You can skip what you want all the time, or you can not listen. I don't listen to plenty of podcasts that I download, so that's the freedom of this country we live in. Okay, I don't know.
Okay, things are going off the rails.
Okay. Although, what else we got here? Poll. Wow, this was a crazy poll, Jordan.
I can't wait to hear it.
Should Brad have played professional soccer in England instead of going to college? 29 votes. What do you think people said?
I bet you people said no, he should go to college.
48.3% said no. 51.7% said yes. Now that is close, Jordan.
Wow. Split down the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, any responses or just straight voting?
You're going to have to let me get back to you on that. Sarah Shortstuff said no, because what if it didn't work out? 10,000 pounds doesn't sound like enough. The average NFL player retires after 3 years. Many go bankrupt. However, not sure about pro soccer players. I said, college isn't going anywhere. And then she said that we'll find out what happens in the show once we keep covering it. So, guess I kind of schooled her. I don't know.
Sounds like, I don't know. Sounds like a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, huh?
I think so, Jordan. All right, next poll. This is kind of not related to anything. I was mostly just curious as to what people would say. There are 48 minutes left, but I'm going to go ahead and assume this one doesn't change. So I said, which basic cable channel do you most prefer? CBS, NBC, Fox, or ABC? What do you think people most preferred?
Knowing our audience, they probably picked Fox because they're Last Man Standing fans.
Well, you'd be wrong. 35.3% said NBC, 23.5% said ABC, 20.6% said CBS and Fox. But it's pretty split. I did get some responses on this one.
Unbelievable.
It really depends overall. This is from TGIF, a 90s podcast. Overall, I've probably liked more content that has come from NBC, but ABC has The Bachelor and CBS has Big Brother. Andrew Shawiswow, I gotta be saying that wrong. CBS because I like their sports content, NFL, golf, Masters, tennis, college football, college basketball, and their broadcast talent as well. Fox is a close second with NFL's college football, MLB, and NASCAR.
Wow.
I don't know.
Some deep analysis there.
It is. People put some thought into this. You never know what people are going to respond to on Twitter.
It's very true.
Scrolling up here, that's really all I've got. But yeah, follow us on Twitter for polls that are sometimes related to home improvement, sometimes not.
You've been doing 4 years of polls. It's kind of amazing.
It does feel like that when I'm trying to come up with ideas. I'll tell you that
That's
much.
why you're asking about broadcast channels. So, all right. Well, with that, I think we're just going to talk about next week's episode, which is Bewitched.
Man, last Halloween episode. That's a bummer.
I mean, we're about to get to a lot of bummers, I think.
Yeah, but I really like the Halloween episodes and the Christmas episodes. So, like, once we have those done, I guess it's
gonna
just
be super bummer.
heading towards the finale. But I look forward to it, and then we can. I guess we're gonna rank those, but you want to do it on YouTube, right?
We might do both. I don't know.
Let's do both. Okay, we'll think about that as after we watch. So, yeah, look forward to that. Jordan, thank you for joining me, listeners. Thank you for listening, and I guess I should say, take care.
Take care, everybody.